Not every single country in the world is working against you to advise you to eat your fruits and veggies and to cut back on your red meats. It's simply what the science shows.
Yeah, you're a complete idiot. Wow. Yeah, sorry, we have no science that can report on health outcomes in humans yet. We don't lock people in labs, sorry.
Okay, so today we have Face IQ, another boy barely out of high school calling me all kinds of names. Time for school. Firstly, he claims that science requires every variable to be held constant apart from one, and for all subjects to have identical genes, environment, and lifestyle. This is a childish misunderstanding of scientific methodology. Science compensates for variables through sample sizes, randomization, multivariate adjustment, sensitivity analyses, replication across different demographics and countries, and converging lines of evidence. No serious scientist thinks that every variable must be identical because that would make human science physically impossible. If controlling for every variable were required, then we would have zero public health recommendations. Moving on. Truth is, both excessive red meat consumption and regular fast food intake are both linked to serious health issues.
Yep, that word linked there, that means you're referring to epidemiology and association. Associations can never report on cause and effect, Dr. Idz, no matter how strong the association is. You should understand this, you should have learned.
So now he says that associations can never report on cause and effect. So by his own epistemic standard, he would have to hold the belief that smoking does not cause cancer, because the entirety of the medical literature on smoking and cancer is based on epidemiology. So well done, Face IQ, you don't think smoking causes cancer. Very intelligent boy. He also made a health claim in his video that eating steak and burgers every day is healthy. Based on his own definition of science and cause and effect, he would have no evidence to substantiate that claim. Let me remind you that every single top healthcare country in the world all agree that we shouldn't be eating much red meat.
Appeal to authority fallacy, appeal to consensus fallacy. I thought you were against fallacies. Wow.
So this is a perfect example of a kid watching one YouTube video on logical fallacies and then using them incorrectly. What I did was not an appeal to authority or consensus fallacy. By saying every top healthcare body in the world agrees that we shouldn't eat too much red meat, I'm not saying to trust them because they're important, have titles, or to trust them blindly. What I'm doing is pointing out multiple independent scientific bodies across the world, and after using large evidence systematic reviews have arrived at the same conclusion. They have reviewed the actual evidence already and are trained to do so. That's not an appeal to authority, it's appealing to scientific consensus, and that's not a fallacy when the consensus is based on empirical evidence and not opinion. Scientific consensus is a valid, rational basis for public health recommendations. If he's actually interested in the evidence that underpins some of these recommendations, then he can read the Canadian Evidence Review as one example. Oh, these Dunning-Kruger prepubescent boys bore me. Class dismissed.